Alright, so you want to start trapping? Well, can't tell you how to do it, but I can tell you how we do it. Now, what we do is we mix some of this stuff here, the plain white flour, 2 bags this size, 1 bag rice and sugar this size. Now, any brand can be used. The cheaper, the better. This is not by any means a brand of Possum. Now, to that, you're going to want to add about a half a packet, it's about that big, of ground cinnamon, or about a capful of a liquid cinnamon. Alright, we do both. So, next thing you need is some flaking tape. You can buy it in a roll. It's pretty cheap. Mine's in a bag, obviously, because I reuse it. You only need 1 or 2 rolls, and if you're clever like we do, you reuse it, I guess. The reason you need flagging tape is not only for yourself to remember where your traps are, but also so that other people in the area know your traps are there for safety reasons. So yeah, that's that. You're going to need your staples. Now with your staples, you can either buy the larger ones that have barb on them if you're not struggling to pull them out of the tree, or you just buy your standard smooth ones like these ones, and just whack two per trap. I find that seems to work pretty well. Stops possums pulling them out. And yeah, next thing you're going to need, whack them staples in with a hammer. Now this here hammer, there's a couple of things I want to go over with this. It can also be used for dispatch if you have no other means of dispatch. Now, as well as nailing your traps to the tree. This, no, it is not blood, it is paint. That's one of the things I want to cover. Paint your hammer a nice bright colour so that if you drop it, you can find it. Alright. Next thing I want to go over is the neck of your hammer. This one here is full steel neck. The reason we want a steel neck is when you're pulling your traps back off the tree, right? They're a lot tougher to pull out than what you might imagine, and yeah, anything sort of short of that, you're probably going to end up breaking your hammer. Been there, done that, absolutely sucked. Alright. Once you've got your possums, you're either going to want to skin them or you're going to want to pluck them. Now, we do a bit of both, as you can see, some skins here, but I don't skin for the commercial market, I only skin for my personal self, gifts, friends, that sort of thing. So skinning is not my priority. If you are skinning, you're going to want a really good knife, as far as that goes. If you are plucking, you're going to want some way to store your fur, because it's going to take you a while to get up to a decent quota to be able to sell it and make it worth your while. So when you bring it home, when you pluck it, sorry, I'll go back a little bit. When you pluck it off the possum, you can put it into whatever you want. Alright, that's short term. Once you get it home, you want to get it out, you want to sort through it, and you want to make sure you know, sticks, no crap, it's not wet, it's not, you know, if it's wet, it can be dried, we'll go over that in another video. But it's clean, basically, give it a quick primary sort. Then you're going to want a long-term storing. That's where these come in. These are just onion sacks, your plain standard onion sacks. You can buy these in bulk off that Asian website that everybody knows about, where you get the discounts, you spin the little wheel, you know, that one, yep. So you get them pretty cheap. You're going to take your fur, you're just going to lightly pack it in here, don't cram it all in there. You can do that before you sell it, you know, a day or two before you sell it, but for long-term storage, you just want to pack these nice, light, fluffy, and get a few of them, and you hang them up. Alright? Somewhere nice and sort of, not climate controlled, but not damp. It's got to be dry, don't want too warm, but at the same time, yeah, it's just your standard hallway covered type climate. We hang ours out here in the shed, because we have it. So, there we go. Now, so that's the basics of what you're going to want, what you're going to need for trapping. With the traps themselves, yeah, you can get any trap, as long as it's legal. They've got to be the right size, they've got to fall under a bunch of parameters. As far as brand price go though, your prices will range, your brands. Some look cheap, some don't look cheap. I've had them all work, so that's the easiest way to put it. I don't see much difference between the brands and the traps. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's get into, if you're going to be spotlighting, however, if you're more into the spotlighting than the trapping, you're going to want one of these, or one of these. This one up here we no longer use. It's been retired. It was a Crossman. It was a good gun. It's a Springer. The spring's a bit long. It's still alright for doing trap dispatch. I don't like using one of these for dispatch. I'll just put that out there. So we still use it for that, but in terms of spotlighting, it doesn't have that oomph that we want. So I use this a lot of the time. Now this is a Benjamin Ironhide, and it's a 177. It's fitted with an Eco Steel. Now the optic on this is absolutely amazing. Okay, I'm not doing no brand endorsements or anything like that. I'm just, it's awesome. It far outshines the rifle itself. Alright. Now I put both of these up together as a combo, second hand, and yeah, I'm blown away with both. Like even the rifle itself, I've put nearly 2,000 shots up the spout of this now, and it is insanely good. It's just, yeah, I haven't had to readjust the optic at all. I haven't made any noticeable loss in power or anything. It's a nitro piston, so it's an NP system, not a Springer, which is probably why it hasn't had any drop in power. The only downside on it is she's a little bit weighty. All right, even without the scope on it, it's a bit of a weighty rifle. Otherwise, yeah, no, it's good. There's one slight modification I've done to it, which is I've rigged up this switch here. The switch come off the back of one of these cheap torches that you buy at any sort of $2 shop. Alright, I pulled the switch off the back, and then I rigged up a bit of speaker wire, which goes to a plug on the other end there, and put the button here. So basically this just straps on the bottom of your muzzle, and I use it when I'm spotlighting, and it just gives me an under barrel light, so that I get front light for using my scope rather than just the head torch. Right. Now, speaking of the head torch, if you're going to get into spotlighting, that's one of the main things you're going to need is a really good head torch. All right, because you know you can dick around with handhelds and all the rest of it, but if you're holding this, how are you gonna see? So this is only cheap. This was only about 20 bucks. Again, off the internet. I'm not even sure what brand it is. I don't believe there is a brand on it. But she's just your standard head worn. It's got 3 rings, as well as a as well as a focus, so we can make our spot bigger, smaller. And then yeah, last but not least, we'll go over your ammo selection. Now ammo comes down to what rifle you are using. With the two of these, they both conveniently seem to do really well ballistically with the same ammo type. They're both 177, that doesn't mean that they both work the same, right? Found that these are my best bet with both of these. They seem to pack the right amount of punch, they have a decent amount of spread when the pellet hits, and yeah, just single shot kills all day. Alright, so that's the gear that we use. That's what we get by on. We do this day in, day out. Haven't had an issue so far. So yeah, if you're looking at getting into the possum trapping and you weren't too sure what else you knew you need traps, but you didn't know the rest of the ins and outs, that's basically it. Alright guys, have a good one.